welcome to the show. This is Internet Uncapped. I am your host, Evan. Joining me, as always, is Mitchell. And as you can see, Mitchell, your background is Hasan shocking his dog. Fatality, Raiden wins. My name is a Pokemon reference, but it's specifically a meme. Share it right on the screen right now. Who's that Pokemon? It's Zapdogs. There he is, folks. He zaps his dog. He zaps Kaya. He zaps his dog. So anyway, welcome to the show. We have a lot to go over. We are doing a bit of an update video regarding the Hassan shocking his dog Kaya situation. This may or may not be a long episode, but we definitely have a lot to go over. Especially about people within Hassan's orbit. But we also have to just sort of cover our bases in terms of recent developments, clips that people have been finding. I mean, it has just been a roller coaster for the last, I don't know how many days now. It's been 2 or 3 days since we covered it.
hmm
But Mitchell, go ahead and let us begin, and then we'll go through everything.
Yeah, I mean everything that's been going on. I mean it's been insane. It's been lie after lie, propaganda after propaganda. We have seen so much happen. I think before we jump into what we're about to talk about, we want to preface it with this. This is not about politics. We want to make sure that we keep that stance very strong. We're drawing a line in the sand. We will mention political stances being used, being mentioned, but we are not saying we support one side over the other. We are not doing that. Now, we will mention, for example, I will use Evan as an example. If he posts a tweet saying this is clearly supporting the Burger King Whopper, then I will say, it is not appropriate for Evan to talk about supporting the Burger King Whopper when the Big Mac is clearly has nothing to do with the Burger King Whopper. Obviously, it's a goofy example, but it's an example nonetheless, and people understand what we mean when we say that.
Yes,
Um,
right.
it is because of the recent things that have happened that we have to preface that. You talk about something that people don't like, you get these labels thrown on you, which is unfortunate, but it's the world we live in. What can you say? Um, I don't like it. I don't think it's good, but again, it's the time that we live in. But there has been so much that has been recently um, brought to attention of the general public online, and excuse me, and we want to cover all that information today. So I think the best thing to do is to start with a quick recap. So on a stream, Hassan was talking, doing his usual thing, nothing out of the ordinary. Kaya, the dog, seemed to have stepped off the mat. Hassan then goes, Kaya, would you just please? The dog then yelped. When the dog yelped, people got worried because they were like, what's going on with the dog? Why would the dog yelp like that? And Hassan, and I'm going to talk about myself later on in this instance, but for now, again, we're just going to strictly cover the play by play, if you will. Hassan did not check on his dog, then proceeds to go ahead and call the dog a giant baby, then says that the dog is continually spoiled by his mother. So he doesn't take any responsibility for what happened, claims the dog did something, and that the dog is spoiled and he just wants the dog to stay where the dog is. Now, the next stream, Hassan is being called out. It is shown on live stream fails. It is spreading like wildfire. Hassan then goes ahead and does his usual, what? What? What?
Oh,
What? What?
huh?
And he
Oh,
does he does it all the time. You see
yeah.
him in a debate. He goes, what? Huh? Not as much as DSP with the huh, but it's just huh, where he just tries to buy himself a little bit of time. He sees the chatter online, then proceeds to try to make his case. He tries to make his case that Kaya hit her foot on something. Um, when that does happen, what he ends up saying is that it is just a vibration collar. He then shows the collar on stream. People took a screenshot of the moment of him holding it up. Shows that there is tape on the dog collar. Now, two things. There's no hair from a long haired dog on the tape that is covering the collar. And two, when you go ahead and you enhance the when you make the change the brightness on it, you can see it's clearly tape, and you can see two round circles where the prongs would go to then shock the dog. Now, when you go online, what has sparked outrage is not the fact that Hasan uses a shock collar. What sparked the outrage is that Hasan uses the shock collar in a way that is not appropriate. Now, you might be asking, what does that mean? Allow me to elaborate. He uses it to keep the dog on a canvas bed. It is not a fucking dog bed. It is a canvas bed, and he uses it to keep the dog there for the duration of his stream. Mind you, goes from anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. So he uses it to keep this dog on a canvas bed that is definitely not comfortable. I don't know if you slept on a canvas bed. It's not Tempur-Pedic, folks. It's not comfortable. You're not going to get your what's that called? Your lumbar support. You're not going to
Right.
get
Lumbar
from
support. Mhm.
yeah. You're not going to get that from a canvas bed. So that's the first problem. The second problem is he's using it not to train the dog, but to keep the dog in a specific spot on the stream as if it is a prop.
Mhm.
That's the second issue. The last issue, he lied. Let me show you my shocked face. He lied about having a shock collar. Those are the three main issues, and Hassan can't understand that. He wants to make it about, and again, this is where we're going to mention some politics. We're not taking a stance. Again, I want to make that point very, very clear because
Yes.
people from Hassan's community want to try to put labels on people, and I think it's very disingenuous. I think it's very disgusting. And it's not to say that only his community does that. A lot of communities do that. We're not
Right.
taking a political stance.
Exactly. I just
Yeah,
want to make a very quick point that the opposite is true. That many people against Hassan are also using this opportunity to
exact.
label
Thank you.
things politics. Fox News has been like
Yeah,
covering him, which like fuck off, Fox News. Like, come on, what are you doing, guys?
yeah,
But
exactly.
anyway, that is again politics aside. That's
Yeah,
besides the point. We
yeah.
do want to add, like you said, just to add context to what has been going on. But
Hmm.
it's true. Like everybody's trying to find an angle. Everyone's trying to find blame somewhere, and
Hmm.
nobody's acting in good faith as a result. And unfortunately, you know, this is going to keep happening because people are fighting, and there's no solutions to be had here.
And I speak for both of us when I say this. We do not do this show to spread false information. We
Right?
don't do that.
No.
We show receipts. We give our opinion, and we give our opinion based on the facts that we present. We don't just show 2 + 2 = 4, and then we say "fuck you," it's 5. Ah,
Yep.
we don't do that. No, we show you how our thought process, the way that we analyze data, and where we got from point A to point B. We're not going to show you how we got from point A to point B and then talk about the letter J. We're not
Yes.
going to do that. We're
No.
going to show you our thought process. And again, that's a very great point with the political aspect. But now, since everything has been going on, Hassan has been ridiculed. People have tried to say it is a far right agenda. It's Israel apartheid, or I forgot the exact terminology, but they're
Like
trying
an
to
Israel like psyop campaign or something along
psyop
those
campaign.
lines. Yeah,
That's
we
what it was.
covered that in the previous episode, but yeah,
Yeah,
there's all sorts of different claims about what this is or what this isn't, and it keeps changing every day. It's not
yeah,
like the same thing. We went from it's a shock collar to I
yep,
wiggled my arm to it's the gate that keeps Kaya
yep.
in the room. I mean, it keeps changing every single day. So it's like if you can't even keep your explanation straight, then what are we doing here, really?
Yeah, exactly. And again, this whole now this whole notion about how it's like a political thing, to me, For some people that might be the case. For us, that's not the case.
No.
We're just talking about a man who shocked his dog live on a stream, lied about it, and now he's trying to go ahead and he's trying to neglect any type of responsibility or any type of criticism that can go his way, all
Mhm.
while not just owning up and saying simply this: yes, you guys, I own a shock collar. I did shock my dog. It was dumb of me. I shouldn't have shocked my dog, and I shouldn't keep my dog in the background as a prop. It's that simple. It could, and then this whole thing could have been washed. But the consistent lying, the consistent bullshit that happens on this stream is absolutely insane. And to relate it to politics, a dog getting shocked is just it's an insane mindset, and it's not one that it's one that I'm glad that we don't have on this
Hell
program.
no.
Um,
Hell no.
but yeah, so everything so again, all this started just from the dog stepping off. Dog gets shocked, and now we're days removed from this situation. And the last time that we talked about it, we gave our personal opinion. We were both in the mindset of he did it. He definitely shocked the dog. We discussed the movement of the hand. I even did. I'll do it again. Here it is. I keep my keys on my desk. Listen to this. My microphone very quiet now. You can hear me pick up my keys. Watch this. I'll put them down now.
Yep.
We heard him grab something, click something, and then we hear the dog. Ow! Coincidence? I think not.
No.
And we see the dog. We have other clips of this dog looking at Hasan when he's reaching for something. Animals pick up on that. I own two cats. I keep their treats in a specific spot. If I go to the spot, guess what? I have my oldest cat. He goes up to me. He has a very whiny meow, and then he doesn't go meow. He goes meow, and then he follows me because he knows that's where his treats are. Animals get these, understand certain, their quote rings of redemption. Consequences have actions, pimp.
Yep.
So they understand that. And when I go to the spot with their treats, they go nah. You go ahead, you reach on your desk for where the clicker is for the shock collar. The dog's gonna get really like, oh shit, it's Raiden from Mortal Kombat. You win.
Yeah, and it's basic animal psychology. It is the experiment known as Pavlov's dog. It's that they're whatever association you give to them, they will remember it, and they will have that association, just like with the meats that the Pavlov threw, or the lack of food or lack of water or whatever.
Exactly. So, more information has come out since our first video coverage.
Yes.
We gave a brief rundown of everything. I'm trying to make sure we hit all the points here. So we just did another brief rundown. Um, Talked about where our stance is. So yeah, let's jump into what has happened since. So since our last video, Hassan showed the dog collar on stream. More clips have come out, and everyone and their mother has dissected this video. Now there has been some people that have gone ahead and looked at the video and have said, oh, I stand on this side, I stand on this side. As far as like, I think he did it, or I don't think he did it. And then you have the sicko people that are making it about politics. We're not discussing them. You stay in your camp. We're gonna talk about this. Um,
We're gonna
and,
put a
and
little
there's
dunce cap on them and just keep them in the corner.
yeah, you go sit in the corner.
Yeah.
But some of the biggest defenders that we had, or that we were talking about on the previous show was Anissa and Idubs. They came out immediately and just said anything and everything, saying that they were throwing labels. Remember, guys, Ethan is 5'7". The fuck does that have to do with anything? I don't care if he's 4'2". If he says I think he shocked his dog and then shows evidence of him, I don't know, shocking the dog, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, he probably shocked the dog. Like trying to go ahead and relate it to, oh, he's 5'11" or 5'7".
5'7", same height as me. Oh, what the heck? It's like, what
Yeah,
does
who
that have to do with anything,
like
really?
Anissa? Go pound sand, you
Yeah,
moron.
yeah, really.
Um, yeah, but other people have thrown their hats into the ring. And Evan, you do have some clips, so I'm going to pass it off to you now. Explain some of the stuff that you have seen, and yeah, we'll jump into it.
Yeah, let me let's see, where do we want to begin? All right, so let's begin here. We've talked about this a few times before I really play the clip, but we've talked about this a few times. There have been people who have actually gone ahead and analyzed the exact brand of the shock collar in addition to the
Yes.
remote that it has. And so basically, there's this video that's been widely shared around. Apparently, Hassan actually has some streams where he has it in like multiple angles or something. So this was, I think, last year around Christmas, and oop, the collar has actually been dissected in terms of its actual brand, and especially about the remote that goes to the vibration collar or shock collar or whatever you want to call it. But this particular video has been circulated around a lot, and many people have been commenting about it, including Ethan Klein. So we are going to watch this. We're going to watch this. This was from a stream from last Christmas at a sort of a different angle, because apparently Hassan actually has a few different angles that he will have his streams on. So I'm going to pull this up, and we're going to press play right now.
I'm gonna put the Y shot. Boom.
Yes, again.
Hi, Cap.
Okay, so really quickly, the for audio listeners, there was a red circle that was on the shock remote, and he has sort of like a box of cookies that he's sort of reaching over. But before he reaches for the cookies, he pushes the shock collar out of frame, like immediately.
Hmm.
So, but it's right. It's clearly right. It's clearly right there,
Yeah.
as you can see.
Yeah, and people have gone ahead and the make and model that was discussed before that people found on Amazon and on, I saw some people use Chewy. I think it was Chewy. I know Amazon for sure. I forgot the other site that they use. It might have been Chewy. I forget. I
Yeah,
apologize.
I've seen Amazon as well. I wasn't aware about Chewy, but I believe it for sure.
Yeah, I mean it is a pet store like
Pet store.
site.
Yep,
Yeah,
they
but
sell
I
pretty.
believe I know Amazon for sure.
Yeah.
But there was
Hmm.
I saw someone show another site. It wasn't the Amazon colors. That's why I'm like assuming. I used Chewy and it looks similar to that, but I could be wrong. Um,
Yep.
but they showed the make and model. Then they go ahead and they showed the controller of that same make and model looks exactly like the one that we see here on the video,
Hmm.
and without a doubt, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna share the next video that we are going to cover. Now we'll go in the other order that I had it. So we're gonna talk about right now. This is one of the clips that had been pretty much widely circulated. Um, Basically from a completely different stream. This is another 10-second uh, video, but this basically happened. I would say the day after we recorded. This was maybe Saturday or something like that. So, but this is from a previous stream, maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. At this point, uh, there are no timestamps for these clips. If clips are found, they'll just be shown. There's really not a lot of context, so that's all I can really say. But here's one of the clips prior to Collargate.
A commemorative mug I got from England. Commemorative mug I got from England specifically.
So I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. He says England. He reaches over for something and immediately
Commemorative mug I got from
goes
England
on the opposite end of
specifically
the bid.
for a commemorative mug.
Immediately. So that is partially why this not only has it not calmed down, it's intensified. It's because there are past videos showing not just the Collargate, but also the fact that he has been a repeat offender. Like I said, the previous clip that we saw was from last year on Christmas.
Hmm.
So now people are just scavenging for every single time that he may or may not have shocked Kaya.
Yeah, I know some people have been watching some of his past streams on like two times or three times speed to see when Kaya moves, and then they rewatch that clip, and then
Right.
they're going, "Look, he reached for something." what did he reach for? So yeah,
Yeah. Next one is there have been clips out there of him explaining Kaya's training. He's done this quite a few times. He doesn't do it very often because, he streams 8 hours a day. So you have a lot of different kinds of content from Hasan. But this is another clip from the past that has also resurfaced that I think is worth sharing and discussing. So here is Hasan right now. We're going to share the screen. Hasan admitted on stream that he literally ties his dog to her bed to train her to sit still for hours on end while he streams. So I'm going to press play on that. And we'll hear how he explains it.
And also, one of the parts of this training is also supposed to put her, like, we're using the elevated bed, as you guys can see. And one of the things with the elevated bed is that she has a leash on right now on the elevated bed, so she can't, like, really get off of it. So she now knows to sit in place for hours and hours on end. And also one of
Okay, so one of the claims that has been circulating around, especially by Hasan's orbiters, is that no, he's not using her as a prop. He's more humane than that. He takes care of Kaya. But you're ignoring the fact that this is a now resurfaced clip of him saying the exact thing that you say that he did not even say. So it's
yeah,
like, which is it? Did he do it or did he not do it? Because this clip evidently proves that he is using her as a prop, and that a part of his training is to make her sit on the bed for hours on end for his stream. It's bullshit. It's
yeah.
total bullshit.
And I'm going to speak as a pet parent. I have two cats. There's been times I don't know if they've ever shown up on stream. I think they might have a couple of times, but they go ahead and they roam around the apartment.
Yeah.
Sometimes they scratch at the door. I open the door. They come in. They hang out for a bit, and then they go back to the door and they're like, "We don't want to stay in here." I keep the door closed because I have roommates. I don't want the outside noise to affect the stream. It's that simple. Um, but if I hear something, like if I was to hear right now, my cat go, meh, some noise, I'm going out there to see what the fuck happened. That you don't get that from this.
No.
But pets are not like, even at night. Sometimes I sleep with the door open a crack because my cats, what they'll do is they use their paw, they pull it open, and then they go out into the hallway. So I sleep with the door open. They go out at night. Um, you know, unless if there's unless there's some event, like one time we had a Halloween party, so I brought the litter box into my room. Room kind of smelled, but I brought it because I want them to be able to relieve themselves at night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to go ahead and to have to hold it. They can't communicate like I gotta take a dump. So I brought the litter box into my room so they could use it. They could relieve themselves, and I brought their water bowl into the room as well so they can drink. That dog is there and he keeps it there for hours on end. The animals can't really communicate and say, "Hey, yo, fam, get me a liquid death, quite parch." They're not going to do that. He keeps it there because he needs to show on his stream, "Yeah, I love dogs." How many, and let me preface it with this. All you people that are on dating apps, how many chicks do you see that love big dogs? That's it. That's why it's there. It's that simple. It's there to go ahead and attract women onto the stream and go, "Oh my god, look at the dog. It's so cute. Oh my god." And that's all Hasan is. He is more of a brand than he is an actual person. The only
Yeah.
thing he cares about is just showing off his rich lifestyle, looking cool when he's in his mid-30s. Like, give it up. Stop trying to be cool. You want to do this politics thing? Do the politics thing. Be honest. Be a genuine person. Report the facts. You know, you're 34. Chill.
It
The
is what it
fuck?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like everyone gets old. Like I'm pretty much status. Like, come
I'm pretty
on, man.
much on status
Yeah,
at
we're
this
all pretty much.
point. Yeah,
Like
right.
we have Hasan on the screen right now. All three of us, we unk status. Like, don't fight it. Like, just let it happen, man.
Like, it is what it is. I mean, just
Like,
be
bro,
honest with yourself
you're
and, like,
34 years old, dressed
yeah.
up like a hype beast. You know what a hype beast is? It's a high schooler who got enough allowance money to go buy $700 shoes that he's been saving his allowance money for months on end. That
Yes.
or paychecks from his very first job to go ahead and buy a pair of the all white Air Force Ones. That's a hype beast, bro. You're 34 years old. You a multi-millionaire. Unk, give it up.
Yeah, I know,
Act your
really.
age. Like, we played a clip from Monique saying to Shannon Sharp, "You need to stop messing around with these young women. You need to stop. You need to get yourself an old girl who's gonna cook for you." Hassan, same thing, bro. You unk
It's
status.
true.
Just accept it. You're 34 years old. Like, stop trying to play these young man games. Treat the dog like a dog. You don't want the dog, get rid of the dog. It's simple. Stop trying to go ahead and impress these young people and trying to act like you're their age. Like, yeah, dude, I totally get it, man. I play Fortnite. I got the new battle pass, bro. I know kids don't talk like that, but that's him. He's trying to imitate like an early 20-something-year-old. You're 34 years old, Hassan. Grow the fuck up.
I got that PlayStation Plus for a year, dude. I get to play whatever I want.
Dude, isn't it so bogus that we still can't play GTA 6? Like, dude, what am I gonna be when it comes out? 25? Huh! Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Punk
My
stuff.
mom took away my Xbox because I was very inappropriate with a girl. Like, come on.
Dude, you know what I can't wait for GTA? Strip club. Like, you're 34, bro. Give it
I
up, dude. You
know.
unk status.
It's true.
It's
It's so stupid. So in a recent this was I think now we're getting to so not just this is not just the past anymore. We're now going to inch a little closer to the present day. This is a recent stream that he did. He
Mhm.
brought back multiple angles, and guess how he decides to do multiple angles. He does multiple angles, but he does it in a way where he's clearly trying to highlight his dog and show that he's a good person and saying that he's frustrated with people for pointing out the absolute obvious thing that he shocked her on stream. So we're gonna press play, but this is look at this ridiculousness. It's like really you're trying to prove a point to show multiple angles. Like, come on, dude.
Oh
Like,
yeah, see, there's that Zin pack he was reaching for.
yeah,
Fuck off,
there's
bro.
the Zin. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Anyway, we're gonna press play and we're gonna
One
see
thing,
what he.
one thing
Yeah, yeah.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to say. So,
Go
like,
ahead.
okay, so he has this big wall. He has all the stuff on there. I'm not going to criticize that. You know, that's cool. Like, you know, everyone should have a. My background sucks. That's why I do the virtual ones.
Yeah, I
But
have books and Funko Pops right there. So there you go.
yeah, you know, like, you should. You know, you do this stuff. You should have a good background. I'm working on mine. I'll get there someday.
Me too. Same here.
But the one thing I was harping on the last show, and I'm not letting it go, it's a damn canvas bed for a dog. Get a real dog bed for your dog, Hassan. I don't want to
Real.
hear this BS. Get it a big, fluffy freaking bed. Just do it.
Yeah,
And
big fluffy bag for a big fluffy dog. This is bullshit. I agree with you
mind you,
completely.
why he does it though?
Yeah.
Because with the canvas, it's more of a flat surface, easy for him to clean it up. That's why he does it. He doesn't care about the
Uh,
dog. He doesn't care about the dog's comfortability. Like,
no.
it's easy just to go ahead and go over it with one of those little the lint brush rollers and just clean it up easily. That's all he cares
Mhm.
about. It's all about him.
It's bull.
Disgusting.
It's abominable and disgusting, but also abominable. Yeah, we're gonna press play and let's hear his explanation about his frustration.
Your haters want you to be reactive to the dog, which is the number one thing you don't do. Caesar Milano South Park literally had an episode about this. I know. My haters are causing me to fucking. My haters are causing me to be more reactive to my dog when she's being spoiled, and then train her in the opposite direction. Train her into thinking that she can just like get my attention by crying in the background. Okay,
The dog never
which is
cried in the
bad.
background.
But what are you going to do? Fuck it. I'll just destroy all of the training that I've worked very, very hard on to reinforce now that.
I mean, even in his explanation, it's him who's the victim. It's
Yeah.
like it's literally. I can't even believe the timing of what you said even aligned with this clip. But it's exactly as you said. It's all about him. He's the victim. Why is why is Kaya ruining the stream for him? Oh, she's so spoiled. All this other bullshit. And it's like it's your actions that are causing your fans and other people to pay attention to this. How in the world? You're 34 years old. You are way more experienced in the media ecosphere than either of us. We started our podcast back in April. You've been doing this for a good, I want to say, at least close to a decade at this point. How is it that you don't understand how it works?
Yeah, or it's either he doesn't get it or he's just being negligent. He's trying.
I think
He
it's both, to be honest. I do. I
Yeah. I
really
think
think
it's a. I think it's
it's a
a.
cognitive dissonance, and it's also him being a fucking moron.
I agree. I think it's mostly towards he just wants to. He always does this thing, and it's very disingenuous. And we saw this with the Ethan Klein debate, where
Yep.
anytime Ethan asked him a question, and we saw this too when we covered Ames and Rich from ViewTech USA. Whenever these guys are getting accused of doing something crazy, and they know that they're in the wrong, they go ahead and it happens every time. What? Huh? Like what? And he does it all the time where he talks very low into the mic, and then he just like he's too cool for school. Yeah, like I don't even know what you're like. What are you talking about? Huh? And it's like, Hassan, like why's your tone always change? Keep the same fucking volume. Or what he does instead is he goes ahead and he just starts getting loud. And that's why they're complaining about Kaya, because they're going ahead and it's Israel planning against me. That's what's going on right now, and I'm sick of it. And it's like, oh, okay, Unc, why you have to get so mad? Like it's insane. Like it's
Yeah.
either he gets super loud and aggressive to try to make a point that he's mad and upset and you're in the wrong,
Mm-hmm.
or he acts confused for a second just so he can be like, okay, what's a lie that I can tell now? So then he can again spew a lie and try to make himself seem like either the victim or the hero in the situation. Oh, poor you, you spent all that money on the training. Why is the gate closed here in the top right photo? Let the
I don't
dog roam the house. What's the dog gonna do? It's like if you
Yeah, that is yeah, you make a really good point, and we were going to talk about the dog. He keeps mentioning that it's the dog gate, but as you can see, he's actually pretty far away from the gate. So it's not the gate. It isn't. And it's in whatever and like we demonstrated multiple times in the previous video and this video, it's clear that there is a sound coming from the desk. And he's grabbing something on the desk when you hear it.
yeah.
So don't talk about a fucking dog gate, number one. But number two, yes, why is the dog gate closed while she is on his lap? I just don't understand it. Like,
Yeah.
are you just trying to keep her like a prisoner? Like, this is
It's
bullshit.
and it goes back to the point of her being a prop.
Yeah,
If,
and
if
it absolutely goes back to the fact that he's using her as a prop, and he's using his training specifically, like he said in his own words, to sit there on hours on end.
Yeah, and that no dog should ever have to stay like that for hours on end.
No,
That's bull.
never. They
Now
should
now
have all the freedom to go wherever they want. Now, if they're excitable and if they're hyper energetic, that can be a problem. And I think training can quell that. Absolutely, right? I get. I'm
mhm,
not a dog owner, but I know dogs. They are very unpredictable and all of that, right?
mhm.
But to like take the humanity of a dog's instincts away from them just so you can put them on a fucking stream for hours on end, that it's just inhumane. It's inhumane and cruel, quite
Yeah.
frankly.
And another thing too, I can understand if maybe he streamed for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
If he had a very tight schedule, he streamed for 2 hours. I can understand that. But this is different. This is different.
Yes.
I've where I bought my car, the dealership, one of the salespeople, they had a dog, and every couple of hours they bring the dog outside. They let the dog roam around the whole dealership, and I thought that was very cool. My
Mm-hmm.
current job, my boss, what he does sometimes is he brings his dog. He has a big dog with him, and he has a I don't know what it's called, but it's like a gate in the car. So he
Mm-hmm.
puts the seats down, and then the dog has the back seats down and the trunk to kind of roam around while he drives. And there's been times where he stops by, um, where he goes on his breaks and he drives to like the nearest park with the dog. He walks the dog around, and
Mm-hmm.
my job's very lenient. They allow for us to go ahead and to walk around and do other things. During the time being, but he brings the dog with him to the office. The dog roams around and gets interaction, and then he has that thing in the back where he puts the dog. He's like, "Come on, let's go." Bam, dog jumps in the back. He drives to wherever he's the nearest park. He lets the dog walk around in the park. He brings it down back to the office. He has a dog bed he has 2 dog beds in the office. He has one in his personal, and then he has one, on the floor, so the dog can choose where to go. And the dog just roams. The dog has free range. The dog is well behaved. I think it's 3, maybe 4 years old. I don't know. It's not my dog, but I know it's not an older dog, so it doesn't jump on people though. It's a well behaved dog, and my boss does a really good job of training it, setting boundaries with the dog, but allowing it to be free.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And dude, the dog has its own rack for its jacket and booties. So it's the wintertime. He walks him. He doesn't take it to the park. Then he just walks him around the building. But to go ahead and be like, yeah, I have a little rack for my jacket and I have a rack for my dog's jacket. Like it's cool. It's cool. Not his fun. No, I got to keep it locked in that office at all times. Leave the gate open. Let the dog roam. What are you worried about? Like,
I know it's ridiculous.
You paid all that money for the training for what? For nothing, then.
For pretty much nothing. And not only that, but you're using a shock collar for what? I mean, are you going to train the dog or are you going to shock him? You can't choose both and justify both.
Exactly.
And then there's a whole other thing about legality, but we're not going to get into that too much. But there is a big giant question mark that not a lot of people are talking about, but it's a question mark. So I have a few more clips to go, and then we'll get to your bits in a minute. However, here is Hasan, and he is basically putting the blame game on all the people that have basically been criticizing him. We're going to play probably a few parts of this, and then we'll move on to the next clip.
Guys that don't even know Kaya's name coming in here saying you're I know. Can we just move on, please? Because the memes were funny in the first couple of days. But now the only people that still are like actively pushing it are people who are genuinely mentally ill in the way that like anytime my fucking arm moves around or like I unlock the gate or some shit, like I do have a button on my desk for the gate, right? And I unlock the gate, and obviously if you have a dog, you know this already.
Okay, where's the button? Show us the button.
So he points to the right, but on the clip, it's his left side.
Exactly. It's his left arm reaching. It's not his right arm. It's his left arm. I know we confuse left to right, and I think he does that on purpose because people do often confuse our left. We confused it in the video last time.
No. It's also because of how we set up our camera.
That's true. It's true. And there's a mirror thing. It's anyway. Yeah, but no, you're right.
It depends on if you mirror it or not.
If you mirror it or not.
So it's that. So, but from our perspective in this video, the way that we're looking at him, his right. He said, "Oh, the gate," and then he went with his right. But in the clip, the original,
it was this arm. It was his left arm, right? It was
his left arm. Yes. So there's another little sleight of hand trick by him.
Sleight of hand trick, yeah, exactly.
Can't catch me. I had sleight of hand on Call of Duty, son. Softball.
Softball, Hasan. All right, let's keep playing.
When they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, "Oh my god, he shocked her again." You know, it's just. They are weird stalkers that are demonstrating their mental illness, and I think
always.
And I think it's just it is what it is, bro. They are narrating your dog absolutely schizos. Yeah, it's cop brain.
Wait, pause. I love the fact absolute schizos. Hasan, you can't call everyone a schizo. You can't call them mentally ill. You can't call them stalkers. You can't call them anything else when there's evidence.
Exactly.
Hasan, he's never played the game of Clue, and it shows. It was Hasan in the laboratory with the shock collar on.
Yeah, what are we doing? We're not playing fucking Clue here.
Yeah,
we're not. Who are you, Professor Plum or Colonel Mustard?
Colonel Mustard, yeah, like
fucking Colonel Mustard.
What are we doing? It was Miss White, Dr. Plum, exactly. Colonel Mustard. There's six of them.
Yeah, no, the whole 9 yards. And shout out to the movie, the great movie. But yeah, no, this is gonna segue into the next part of this. This was a user who I think is also a YouTuber as well. His name is he calls himself Los Pollos TV.
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much lays it out pretty well. Updated list on what you are if you're questioned the dog being shocked. Pro-Israel, neo-Nazi, MAGA, far-right, genocide denier, transphobic, Islamophobic, grifter, racist, PDF, and now mentally ill, stalker, and schizophrenic. And I do have one thing that I would like to say in a moment. So, one moment. You're a mean one, little bish. You're pro-Israel. You're a MAGA far-right genocide denier, a griftous racist PDF. Oh, and did I mention that you're probably mentally ill, schizophrenic?
Oh my god. Again, it's so true. It is so true. I mean, this is I love Los. Los to me, I love. He gets trolled. I think I send you clips all the time of Los, and
Okay, yeah.
yeah, there's
Mhm.
so much stuff. Like someone said, "Don't come to Oregon, or you will become a campfire story." But Los takes it like he goes ahead. He's like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" Like there was one clip of his dad there, and then they're just like, he's like, Los acts like he wasn't a mistake. His dad goes, and then he's like, "Bro, was I a fucking mistake?" Like some of it's a little performative, but
Yeah, sure.
it's all in good fun. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
love Los, and I appreciate him because there are bigger streamers that should be sending stuff like this. Um, and this is incredible by Los, and I give him a lot of respect.
Oh yeah.
I will be stopping by one of his streams to send him some money. I'm gonna send him a big 20. I'm gonna send him a 20 and say I appreciate you doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
Shout out
just
to Los Pollos TV. Definitely give him a follow, and definitely he Tectone and a bunch of other people are pulling out the receipts. It's
Mhm.
quite crazy. So the
I'm gonna
last
do my
clip.
research too. Just sorry, one last thing. I'm gonna do my
Yep.
research too because I don't know. I don't know who gets. I don't know how it works. I know that there, with Kick and Twitch, there's different. What's the term I'm looking for? There's different percentages. So I don't know. I'm gonna find out which one it is. Like, for an example, let's say Twitch takes 50%
Yeah.
of the tip,
Yes.
but I know he streams on Kick also. If Kick only does like 10%, I'm gonna go to Kick. I'm gonna donate on there.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. And I mean, honestly, any donation helps wherever you put it. It always goes directly ish to their show or to their operation, whatever. So the money has to keep flowing
yeah,
and all
but
that.
I think I always like there's some guys that I watch like duty streams. I always send them money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I send him $5, and I always like just ask him how he's doing, and always just just talk about whatever he's talking about. But I always send him 5 on YouTube because that's all he's on. But
Right.
if he was on Kick and I knew that it was like a 30-30-70 on YouTube, but an 80-20 on Kick, I would go to Kick and just donate there. I always try to. I mean, unless if you really just like the YouTube platform, whatever. I always do my research like that, where I try to make sure more of the money goes to the streamer. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
No, for 100%. I totally agree with that. So this last part is going to sort of segue in a little bit to where you're going to go,
Yep.
Mitchell. But Hasan is a co-host with Austin Show and 2 other knuckleheads who I don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they're a bunch of nobodies. It's called the Fear and Podcast. I've seen clips of their show before. I actually never even heard of what their show was called. I just have seen so many different clips, but I'm like, oh, okay, it's Hasan's podcast. That's all I know it as. It's Hasan's podcast with Austin Show. But this clip highlights that anyone in his orbit and anyone who is a friend of his, these are people who are going to defend Hasan with their lives, and there's a reason for it. But we'll talk about that once after we've seen the clips. But in the meantime, here is the Fear and Podcast talking about the situation regarding Collargate. We're gonna play both parts, and then we'll move into your stuff.
So you've probably been asked too. People keep coming in our chats
Haters,
and they're
go
like,
to Austin's chat.
They go to poor rickety old Austin Show who's barely getting
and they're
up
like,
in the
why are
morning.
you hanging out with a dog abuser?
Yeah.
I would
like-
like to make it clear. I don't believe that Hasan has abused a dog.
No, I also
Personally.
don't believe that either because I bore witness to how you treat her, and you treat her much better than me. I tell you what.
I will
to be
say.
fair,
I tell you what. If anything, everybody should be talking about me.
I agree.
to be fair,
I do. I will. I've been here
Pause
many
it,
times. I've never.
please. If anything, this podcast sounds like it's fucking terrible. I
It's
mean,
kind
oh
of
my
dog shit, and they're
god.
talking over each other like, what are we doing? Oh, whatever.
This has got to be the dumbest. Like, you have Hassan just fiddling around with everything. You have what is this about? This is terrible. This. I mean, I know that we're in the middle of a clip right now, but the glaze is terrible. This guy in the striped shirt on the side. Are you that like? Are you down that bad that you think like I gotta be nice to Hassan or my career is down the gutter? Like,
Yep.
oh my god, dude. Stop glazing this man.
No,
Like,
but you hit the nail so hard on the head. This is going to be the next point that I was going to say.
yeah.
Each and every single person around Hassan has, unfortunately, surrounded themselves in such a way that if he goes down, everybody else goes down with him.
And this is the other
And this is the structure. And just one more thing.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is the structure of how a lot of these kinds of things happen. When you have someone really big and has a lot of influence, it's natural. It's perfectly fine to bring people that you bring on, your friends, other people like that, because not only is it about friends and about making content, but it's also a business. And there's been a lot of criticism regarding the LA streaming scene as a whole and how it's fake and transactional, and it's all up, and people are incredibly thin-skinned, inauthentic, and all of that. And I think that this particular scandal is exposing not just him but everyone else around him. And I like Austin's show. He does like this sort of like dating show, and he does a bunch of other things. Now, obviously, he's been accused of some questionable things, including brown face, pretending to be an Indian American when obviously he's white. But I still was generally a fan of his, but still, like, shame on you, shame on you. This is ridiculous that you're just laughing away the scandal, and all three of them should be ashamed of themselves. But I expected better from Austin's show, quite frankly.
Yeah, and I'm searching up their age right now because I want to know how
You're
old. So
probably in their mid to late 20s. I would
no,
say.
Will Neff is 36. Austin Show
Oh.
is 31, and then let's see
Oh.
QT Cinderella age.
I didn't know
She's 31 also.
that. Okay.
Like, I hate these. I hate these people that do these like crazy hyperactive like podcasts where they want to just talk about everything and like and just act like children. Like, you guys are all in your 30s. You're unk status. You're with us. Knock it off. I'm joking. Like, they didn't do anything crazy. I'm just being a little facetious. But like for this guy here, Austin Show, for Will Neff and QT Cinderella, do you really need Hassan here? Do you need to bring in all this drama, or do you just want to have a fun show where you can just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about? Like, this is just so dumb. I don't get this whole notion of everyone's like, we need to stand by Hassan. We need to stay with him no matter what. You should, if anyone does anything crazy, you need to cut ties with them. Look at Keemstar and Lolcow Live. You can say, oh, they do a lot of stage stuff. When that thing with Kelly happened, Wings immediately said, you have to go, Wings. Like, you can't be on the show. You
Right.
have to do some soul searching. You have to figure things out. How the hell is Keemstar the voice of reason?
Not only that, I have another example. There's a podcast called Tiny Meat Gang, and that was co-created with Cody Ko, Noel Miller, and there was a huge scandal that Cody Ko was involved with, and he was like a co-founder of that podcast, and there were a lot of questions about what was going to happen. And by and large, Cody Ko got so enraptured in the sort of you know allegations. I won't say what. You'll look it up on your own, people. But the allegations that he was kicked out, like outright, and Noel Miller took over the entire operation himself. He's bringing on multiple guest hosts every so often, and that's kind of what happened. I mean, I don't think that Cody Ko left voluntarily. That's not my take on it, but I think that when that happens, that you have to. You don't. I mean, even the Try Guys with Ned Fulmer cheating on his wife. I mean, what happened there was that there was going to be they admitted they lost millions of dollars letting him go, but it was the absolute right thing to do. So I don't understand personally when someone like regardless I think personally regardless of if it's true or if it's not true, if you're running a business, I don't think you have a choice but to let them go and distance yourself. And then when the
Mhm.
truth comes out, then everything sort of comes out to play. But if he's really truly innocent, why is it that you're constantly defending him and not pointing out actual facts the way we're doing and the way other people are doing? Why is that?
Yeah, exactly. And to go ahead and to relate it to wrestling, there was a guy years ago. His name was Adam Blampier, something like that. But he was like a wrestling YouTuber, so he would do a lot of commentary on the YouTube scene about, the recent WWE pay per views. If you name it, he was talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and he came back a couple of times talking. He came back with what culture, not what culture. Sorry, he started with what culture wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to um, Cultaholic, which is another pretty much the same thing. It's another wrestling YouTube page, and Cultaholic, they had to release something talking about like why he had to leave, and it ended up going ahead and just not being appropriate. He was doing some inappropriate things, and they had to let him go. So then after that, what ended up happening is he ended up leaving Cultaholic. He left YouTube for a while. Then he came back to Wrestle Talk News. And when he went to Wrestle Talk News, he ended up going ahead and being there for a while. Then he left again. And now he is, just back on doing YouTube on his own. He's not working for anyone. He's doing his own thing. He's still doing wrestling, but he's doing it on his own. But he had some scandals that happened, and people said, "Yeah, we don't want to deal with that. Get him out."
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, What Culture Wrestling knew about it, so that's why they were like, "He's got to go." And then Cultaholic learned about it when he went there, and they said, "You got to go." So, when there's poison, get rid of the poison. It's that simple.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying, and that's it. And that's it. You gotta get rid. You gotta distance yourself away from the scandal, regardless of whether it's true or it's not true. The more you make a big deal out of it, the more people are going to pile on it. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you just have to again just be able to identify and move on.
Yes,
It's that simple.
exactly. I mean, there was there's a public relations method, and it works every single time when it comes to big scandals. There are, I think, three main steps mostly. It's to sort of acknowledge the situation, apologize, and then take accountability for your actions. And when those three things happen, without fail, it will always dissolve and it will always resolve itself, because those are the three things that people expect from a public relations crisis. And every single time without fail as well, on the opposite end, people don't do that, or they dig in their heels,
Mm-hmm.
or they just straight up lie. They're gonna get themselves in more trouble. And it's like, how are you people so like everybody's so stupid for not doing the simplest thing in the world by just acknowledging what people know as the truth or what they perceive as happening. And if it's not true, then you got to prove it. It's just it's maddening. It's absolute madness. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen right now. I think we don't need to hear more from those chuckleheads anymore. Mitchell, go ahead. We are going to talk about recent developments with Pokimane and her
Mm-hmm.
defense of Hasan.
Yep, and let me see if I can find it here. Actually, we're not going to do Pokemon yet. We're going to start with Anissa, my favorite.
Got it. Okay.
So this is the recent thing going on with Anissa. So I want to bring it back before we get to the modern day. So this is the first initial post when everything first happened. We discussed this on the last show. This was on Ethan Klein right here, H3H3 Productions Instagram story, and this is what he posted. Her horrifying animal cruelty caught on camera by Hasan as he activates her shock collar for one tiny step off of her bed. She cries in pain. Poor baby. I always thought it was extremely bizarre that his young, energetic puppy never took a step off her bed. That has to be the result of some brutally strict training. Then we got this. I'm a big dog advocate. Of course you are, Anissa. You're always the number one in fucking everything. Aren't you an opera singer too? Didn't you film a scene with Mia Khalifa also? Moron. Love training dogs with positive reinforcement, as you can tell with Merlin and Fiona on Ian's streams. I've met Kaya. I saw Kaya. Well, yeah, if you met her, you saw her, moron. I think I made that joke too last time. While Hasan was streaming.
Yeah, you did. I know. We're going in circles so much we have to repeat our own jokes.
Yeah, dude,
It's okay. It's all good.
I feel like Hasan. She never had a shock collar on. She was good at her place command, but that's very easily accomplished with positive reinforcement. Sure. I would be very, very surprised if this was actually Kaya reacting to a shock collar. Lo and behold, it was exposed to be it was exposed to be a shock collar. Now, we're gonna go to this post. So during the whole controversy, as the time that we're recording this, it is October 14th. So this is a post from today. It's her dogs, whatever. Let's go down. Let's see what's happening. Don't let Hasan see your dogs. Anissa, place. Terrell Owens, I feel bad that he's in that post. Those two faces look at you are hilarious, LMO. They were so serious. Sure, love dogs. I saw this. I told you, Evan, I was like, bro, no way. This is crazy.
It says make the dog suffer on his t-shirt.
Yeah. It's
with the anarchist sign on it.
Yeah, it is absolutely insane. Then Anissa goes ahead and posts some picture of some food. And I'm going to pull it up right now. There we go. This is what she posts. Infinite eggplant / enoki, braised squash, and jammy eggs for lunch. Heart emojis. And again, that's Anissa. It says her official Twitter.
Okay,
we go down. So she replies. So she's on here. She's terminally online. And this is October 8th when this is posted. I just want to show everyone where it is. Right here, October 8th. Bam, we're highlighting it. So this person, oh my god, looks so good. 1 heart. Who liked that comment? Who liked that comment? Old account me when I lie, bruh. No, she's getting roasted. Anyways, we need an update on you claiming Hasan does not have a shock collar on his dog. Are you actively trying to make Ian shit himself more than he already does? So, we got that going on. Why do you defend Hasan more than your own husband? Did Hasan teach you how to cook eggs using the shock from the shock collar while Ian watched? Dog abuser advocate. Yeah, but Ethan is 5'7". Oh my god. A new lunch idea from an animal abuse defender. Why so quiet today? I don't know what that. I'm not playing. It's Sam Hyde. You gotta be careful with that. This looks stronger than activated charcoal. Uninstall? Surprised it's not beans. Is the salt kosher?
Is this shit good? Is the salt culture?
Is there dog meat in
dog meat in there? Oh god! Oh god! I just made some bullshit.
This is why Ian is shitting himself. Back to posting food after defending animal abuse. And then someone posts it.
Oh yeah, there's the shock collar. The model of the shock collar.
Yeah, and then they talked about what we talked about. He put tape on it.
Yeah, he put tape on it. Yep. With all due respect, we can see why your husband shits his pants.
Okay, we could do a whole like show about this.
Oh
but
yeah.
I just wanted to show that
Yeah,
it's again, yeah, it's absolutely insane. Here we're gonna go to Tectone now, and this was a clip that he posted. It's a 2-minute long clip.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they.
In that last comment, the reason why I ended with that last comment is because they showed that photo with the tape.
Yeah.
It is from this stream here.
Saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it.
So you're telling me there should.
Yeah, and this is XQC. XQC.
we went over that last episode.
Yeah, we went over it last episode too,
that
where
it
he
was
showed
covered.
everything. Tectone talks about it, and then here we go.
Wide shot. Boom.
Yep.
We
There it
talked
is.
about this. Here it is, and then Tectone shows this. Let's move this out of frame. He pushes it. We see everything that is in this photo here. We see it right there.
Yes.
We got that right there. We got the top right there. Tectone late.
This is the remote for the vibrating gate.
Yeah, and this is, and then
Yeah, Asmongold.
Asmongold criticizing him.
Why does he move this one specific thing out of the frame? It
Must be the can't say that.
must be the Jews.
Now he does nothing but move it out of frame. You know the kids say 4K, they say 16K, they say.
He just look.
So he's getting clowned on by everyone.
Get 2 fingers.
Yeah,
then
and
this-
there's the 2 fingers.
Yep.
There's the 2
I think her
fingers,
collar's too tight. You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get 1. I think you're choking her.
There's a lot of neck meat.
Yeah, a lot of neck.
There's Jennifer Welch's face. I shout out to Jennifer
Okay,
Welch. She
final-
is a badass, and I think she's fantastic. She exposes everybody.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love her. I love her podcast. I've had it.
Yeah, and next we have QT Cinderella,
Yes.
who does her show with Hasan, as we just saw. Here is the next one. Here we go. Here's her clip. Now, mind you, the clip that you showed, Evan, she said that she doesn't think that Hasan uses the shock collar, but here we go.
So, what I had to say, I'm in his house. I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off where I think there would be prongs. Yeah. There's no.
Right there. Right there. So it was taped off where there would be prongs. So you're just admitting that he tampered with it.
This whole thing is a tell. That was the tell.
Yep.
Oh well, it's a shock collar, but he kind of disabled it, and it doesn't really shock. It just kind of vibrates. It's like, okay, but it's a shock collar though. It's not just a vibrating collar. It's a shocker.
Yep.
Zap. There's only a vibrate function.
Yeah.
So I would agree to that. If.
Yeah. And again, so I went to his house. I looked at the collar. Here they posted it. And then let me click on here because the best is like the comments. Sherlock Holmes, there is no way this man could have shot a gun 2 days ago because his gun is not currently loaded. A millionaire would definitely buy a shock collar to remove the prongs and electrical tape over it rather than just buying a vibration collar. Ha ha ha. She just sealed his fate. This is true.
This is true. I mean, it's the ultimate contradiction.
Yeah, and Freak Aya.
Oh no.
The AI videos, like,
Oh god.
but this is, this is insane. Again, it's all a bunch of nonsense.
Yes.
Next, we got Ethan. Obviously, Ethan had to respond to this. He had to let everyone know how he was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
So this is all of his excuses so far in this order. First,
And I'm just playing this because of how accurate it is, and that Ethan got it right.
he said the paw got stuck.
Yeah.
Then he said he was reaching for his zins. Then he said she wasn't wearing a collar. Then he says it's a vibration collar. Then he made the argument that electric collars are actually okay even if I was using one. Then he says the dog is spoiled. He said it's Israeli propaganda. And finally, where we're at now is that it's the gate. It was the gate.
And there you have it. Like that's everything that we pretty much discussed today. It's
Yeah,
all
and
those
he says it. He
excuses.
says it the best. But yes, exactly. It's all of these different excuses. It's like 8 of them.
Yeah. And it's like at the end of the day, just own up to it. Just own
Yep.
up to it. Just say like, "Oh, this happened." Like, stop being an idiot. Dumb.
No, really,
Absolutely.
it's so dumb.
Yeah, and even iDubbbz, and this is the next clip that I'm gonna play now. Even iDubbbz is having a little bit of fun here. Let's play it. Like, this is so cringe, but this is strange too, because Anissa loves Hasan more than her husband. Such a strange clip. You have
It really
Anissa.
is. I
You
don't
have
even
an
understand his point.
Yeah. So this is again. It's just like you have Anissa. We put the meme as our thumbnail. Anissa defending Hasan, arms out, taking all the damage, and then with freaking iDubbbz, it's like, who gives a fuck about iDubbbz? It's just like, it's insane. And
Yeah,
this is one of the rare moments where Ian kind of takes a jab at the opposing side of Anissa, which is weird.
it
Which is weird.
is.
And
Yeah.
it's really really
I wonder if
strange.
the real iDubbbz is like slowly breaking through.
Yeah, sometimes he comes out, and
Yeah,
it's like, there's hope. There's hope.
just a tiny little sliver
Now,
of hope. Light at
the
the end of the
last
tunnel.
last thing we're gonna talk about,
Mhm.
it's Pokimane.
Yes.
So she has a show. It's the Sweet and Sour podcast.
Mhm.
Evan, I told you on the phone, I tried listening to this podcast. It is complete and utter dog shit. And I'm not trying to say that our podcast is the Chappelle show.
Oh,
I'm
hell
not.
no.
I'm not. I'll never say anything that outlandish. What I'm saying is this is an infomercial for geriatric people. That's the equivalent of the entertainment level. This podcast sucks, and I hated it. So this is Pokemon's response up here, but we're gonna dive into this. So we got Hasan. Of course, he's dressed up like a goof, wearing that's probably a $10,000 outfit. You know how he does. So Sweet and Sour, obviously Pokimane, and what's her name? It's like Lily
Lily
something.
Chew, I think.
Lily Sue, yeah. So
Okay.
Pokey and Lily, they had an update. So small update, new 2 days ago. Hey, taste buds, which, like, bro, fucking stop. Like, when I first read this, I hated it immediately. This is a tough one to write, but we wanted to give you all a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfold concerning our guests, and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew, and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time.
Mhm.
Our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is to create a safe space that is comfy as well as and as always, and a true escape. Words are tough. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere we've all built together. Thanks for always supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next weekend, Sweet and Sour staff. I think that's a great response. I think you go ahead, you send the message out that, hey, we're not going to have this show. You understand why. I thought it was a great message. Um, Pokemon response. The episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear it caused drama, and also posted this statement without my approval. Sad face. Fuck off. Sorry guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure. Pokey, I know you're a jackass, but I didn't know you were an idiot also. This is the chick who has an army of simps that go out there and just attack people for no reason.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
when Leafy was going ahead and he was just crapping on Pokimane all the time, and making videos just calling her out, saying, "Hey, you guys, just so you know, she has a boyfriend." and he really destroyed her reputation. Like, that was the hardest hit she ever took. And then she had to come on stream and be like, yeah, I do have a significant other. I just always wanted to keep that private life private. And that's not true. You did it because, people watch you because they think they have a chance with you. You try to manipulate their feelings, which I think is just personally shitty.
Yes.
That's my take.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep your private life private, I understand that. But don't manipulate people. Like, I'm in a relationship happily, but I'm not going to talk about my significant other. But I'll say I'm in a relationship. People would ask her, and she would be like, "Why are you asking that? Why are you at?" Because people want to. People want to know. I mean, it's weird. I get it, but like, she did it because she knew that the simps would not give her money if she said, "Yeah, I am in a relationship," and she lost a lot of tier 3 subs, and I thought that was funny and well deserved also. But to go ahead and to say this, we're going to go on a hiatus afterwards and restructure, to me just seems just very insane. Your team did everything right by you.
Right. Right, and not only that, and I want to add a little more context to both of them. Uh, Pokimane is the co-founder of Offline TV with Skara. Lily Chu is a part of it. Michael Reeves, This Guy's Toast, a whole bunch of other former housemates in that, and they make a lot of it's I wouldn't call it a hype house necessarily, but it's definitely sort of like they make content in this one house together, and it's a lot of very sort of crazy, very funny sort of like videos. And Lily Chu is a part of that, and but she's definitely carved her own niche, and she has a really good operation. She knows exactly what she wants to be. She has these little cute little artworks and stuff. She showcases her relationship with Michael Reeves. I mean, it's really very solid. But not only that, they had a controversy with a former member named Fedmeister who was very inappropriate toward Lily Chu, and they put out a statement very similar to this one. This was 5 years ago, back in 2020 during the pandemic, um, explaining that they had to let him go because of inappropriate behavior. And I think that now I don't know for sure, but I do think that some of the people that Lily Chu brought on are probably some of the same people that worked on Offline TV as a part of their public relations team.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised. But it's to say that these people have handled crises even with a brand as very innocent as Offline TV before, and they've handled it spot on and very well. And for Pokimane to throw their entire team under the bus, but especially her own co-host Lily Chu, I just think that's very disgraceful.
So I don't think she's necessarily because she didn't. Pokimane is the kind of person that will mention people by name. So
Okay,
she
maybe
would have.
maybe not directly. I'm not saying she directly threw Lily Chu under the bus. Oh, there it is. That's the meme. You want me to go up? You want me to go up? That's not good. That's not a good one.
Yeah,
Um,
I just wanted to show this one. Staff getting fired for not supporting animal abusers.
yeah. Well, I got a lot of cutting to do in this video.
Yeah.
We gotta,
Thank you,
chop it
John.
up.
Thank you,
So yeah,
John
but
Wick.
no, well, but back to this for just a second. I don't. Of course, she wasn't directly throwing Lily Chu or even the public relations team for that podcast under the bus, and I'm definitely not claiming that. But what I am saying is by saying what she said, she essentially is indirectly throwing them under the bus, even when they handled the situation well. And you're going to say that it's a restructuring, or you're going to start firing people because of the statement. It's so off
It's a
base.
great statement.
It's a great statement. It's a great statement, and not only is it a great statement, but their team on Offline TV have been known to handle controversial situations in a really professional and very well done
Yeah.
way. So why is it now you're putting out, well, it has to be on hiatus and we have to do a restructure? What's that about? Or are you like, I don't know. Again, it's a tell here.
Mhm.
That's the point I'm trying to say, is that tweet is a tell about
So
where her priorities are when it comes to this
yeah,
situation.
it's about the content. It's about
And
the
it's about the
content.
content. Yeah, and that too. It's
I
about the
think so. For me, I think what it is she's looking at Hasan, the criticism that she's getting, and how all eyes are on him, and
Mhm.
she's like, I want some of that.
Yes.
She's not worried about helping him or helping his reputation. She's worried about getting the content out there. But if you platform him, then you're supporting him, and that's what she doesn't understand.
Right,
Like,
exactly, and I think that's the thing is that the way that they phrase it, it didn't seem like they were trying to platform him. They wanted to talk about the conversation. That is very consistent with the kind of content that Lily Chu does, because what she does is she shares a lot of her own personal stories, and she likes to talk about things in her life that other people can relate to, and she wants to engage with her audience in very honest, very thoughtful conversations. That is the kind of content creator Lily Chu is. And I think Pokimane believes in the same thing too. But the problem is that Pokimane is doing it in the absolute bad faith way you could possibly see it. And it doesn't look good on Lily Chu, and it definitely doesn't look good on their team, which again, we want to stress. They did a really good job with that statement, and they've done a good job with offline TV in the past with stuff that has come up about past members. So it's just ridiculous.
yeah, and just to go ahead and preface it with this is Pokimane. She's never been worried about her appearance online. She's never been worried about as far not her personal appearance like makeup and stuff like that. As far as like how people view her, this is her with the whole cookie scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I compromise my morals and ethics for more money when I have money? Something about that is
Because you're charging $28 for cookies, you fucking idiot.
so cringe to me personally. Are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags.
Yeah, for 4 fucking bags. You're telling me I gotta pay $7? Seven fucking dollars
For
your
4
shitty,
cookies? Like, come on.
yeah, for your shitty bag of fucking cookies, I can buy 2 fucking family-sized packs of Chips Ahoy. That's some fucking fat man math right there.
I can buy sugar cookie a pack of maybe like 8 or 10 sugar cookies for like $3 or $4.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I could go buy that instead of buying your shit fucking cookies that you just went ahead and it was already exposed that it was another brand's cookies and they just slapped your fucking face on it. And I'm supposed to sit here and just buy them because Pokimane said there's actually
That's how the
4
cookie
packs.
crumbles. That's how the story
Yeah, that's
goes.
how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, there's 4 packs. Idiot.
That's $7 a bag. I know.
Oh, man. Call Big Shack. We got some quick maths.
Oh, I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but
I know math is hard when you go ahead and you live in a fucking $1 million house. You make $1 million every year to I got another video for you here. Oh, I'll play the rest of this.
like if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Anyway.
Like I understand, you know, if you need to make money, right? For me to do cringe shit when I have I can't.
Suffer, Pokimane, suffer.
These people are they are in a whole other plane of idiocy. I just can't.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I don't expect someone who thinks this is quirky and funny to understand what it's like to work a real job. And to quote one Anissa,
Get that orange out of your mouth.
like this is what people did. This is why this is like the shit that shocks me. She did this on a stream to be intentionally quirky, to be intentionally funny. Right here, she just comes off as a fucking dope.
If she does that long enough, I think she's gonna get reverse scurvy.
She already has scurvy of the head, Evan. Don't you?
Yeah,
know
really.
$7.
No, it's true.
Oh,
She's gotta
my
suck on them
God.
oranges and lemons.
She's such
just to try to quell it.
That's my point. And then, she had the whole thing with It's a Gundam. It's a Gundam made fun of her. And It's a Gundam still makes fun of her till this day, and I respect him for doing it. He goes, oh, Pokimane, you mean my future ex-wife? Bro, he cracks me up when he says that shit every time. I love It's a Gundam. He cracks me up. I don't agree with him on everything, but like an adult, I can go ahead and still watch his content and know I don't necessarily agree with this guy, but he's funny. You know,
It's true. It's
crazy
true.
concept.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, again, I think we should wrap things up here. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
I think that, something has got to give.
Yeah.
I really do think so. And something has got to give in respect to, I get it. It's the internet. You have to build up your brand. It's clout. But when you put all your chips on one
Mhm.
thing so that everybody grows, I mean, it's going to all come. It's like a house of cards. It's all going to come down. And I just feel like, you know, you should protect yourself first and
Mhm.
your friends second. That's just my
Mhm.
opinion. I know it sounds kind of bad considering that I'm a co-host of a podcast and I get it, but when something like this happens, you have to take care of yourself first, and not just be loyal to people without questioning their actions. We are at that point in society, and I really do feel that we have to get back to a place where critical thinking is number one, and
Yeah.
all this other stuff about loyalty or fealty or whatever, that's secondary, or even toward the bottom. I just feel like we have to get to a place where, treat people with respect, absolutely, treat animals with kindness and respect 100%. But if something bad happens or if something goes wrong, you shouldn't be defending them. You got to distance yourself at least. If you attack them, you attack them. But if you distance yourself from them, you distance yourself, and then whatever pans out, maybe go back into the fold later on. But I just feel like people need to understand you have to take care of yourself, and then you take after that.
Yeah. No, I just think that like I think like morality and ethics is something that's just like it's not common anymore. Like I think a lot of people just do stuff for the bag now.
No,
And
and that's exactly
yeah,
right.
and I think a lot of people are
Hmm.
just super performative now. Like, do we hype things up a little bit? Yeah, we want to be entertaining, but I don't think that we will. Again, I think I speak for both of us when I say I don't think we're gonna go ahead and put ethics to the side just so we can be. I don't think we'll put ethics to the side just so we can grab the bag. We have jobs for that. We do this as like a hobby, really. Like we have
Or
fun
we
doing
put
that.
it up, or we put ethics and morality and be holier than thou, and like you need to do this, and this is so horrible.
Yeah,
It's all about objectivity at the end of the day when it comes to our show, at the very
no,
least.
exactly. But I mean, that's just my opinion on the thing. Um,
Hmm.
so as far as the Hassan thing, he did it 100%. I think he
I
has so
think so
much evidence.
too.
I If this was the court of law, the collar's been shown. We saw the clicker. It's proven. His story doesn't match up with anything that he's saying. It keeps changing. He did it 100%. Just own up to it, Hassan. The quicker you own up to it, the quicker it can just be done and forgotten. You're a nepo, multi-million-dollar baby, champagne socialist, as people call you. That's the
Yeah.
terminology they use for you online. That's what everyone says. They say you're a champagne socialist. You're a nepo baby.
Yep.
Um, again, all those terminologies. I'm not going to get into the politics, but that's like the top thing I see. I always see like champagne socialist. It's like one of the top comments always, that people post about him. So I'm not going to attack you in that instance. I'm not going to say that. I know the nepo baby thing. I'll say that. Yeah, we all know that your dad is a billionaire. We know that your uncle's a multi-millionaire. You're going to be fine. You're going to be well off. So you probably don't really care about telling the truth because you know that you have your sicko fans that are going to support you no matter what. But
Mhm.
I just think that you should just do the right thing and just admit it was a shot caller. I had a moment of weakness, and then maybe you'll get some good boy points on the internet. But if you don't care, you don't care. I can't force you to care. I don't really care if you do care either. So God bless.
Last thing I'll say is, for anybody who they have different perspectives, you are entitled to your opinion. You are not entitled to your own facts.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Bottom line.
I'll say to the people that still don't think that he did it, watch the footage for yourself. Watch it. watch it and then just
Watch it.
please just explain what part of it makes you think that it didn't happen. I mean,
Right.
I just don't understand how you can sit there and legitimately be like, yeah, the dog that definitely wasn't whatever. I just don't understand it. That's my personal thing, but I think that pretty much wraps it up for us here. That was another long one. So, like always, be sure to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit that bell icon, check us out on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. And until the next time, folks, peace out.